Good morning children. Today we'll begin with the same chapter and a new term I want to introduce to you all, Holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition means zoic. The word comes from animals because zoic word comes from animals like zoology is the study of animals and zoo word basically we use for animals. So holozoic nutrition is basically that nutrition in which the food is taken inside and the digestion of food takes place inside the body cavity by various enzymes or we can say digestive juices. Fine. So holozoic nutrition, just like in amoeba also and in us also, the holozoic nutrition is present. Various steps of this nutrition: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. We have discussed it. So that day also digestion in humans, ingestion and digestion in humans was complete. Today we'll move with absorption, assimilation and egestion. The three steps. Now absorption. What is absorption? When the food is being converted into its simpler forms. Okay, like carbohydrates get converted into glucose, proteins get converted into amino acids, while fats get converted into fatty acids and glycerol. That means they are simple form. It is being broken down into the simplest form. So then the absorption will take place. Absorption will take place in the small intestine. The wall of small intestine has finger-like projections. Just imagine your small intestine as a tube. In that tube is round. Okay, in that tube, inside that tube, finger-like projections are present. See, like this. Fine. Projecting inside. Finger-like projections. What is the function? They are increasing the absorption area. They have to absorb the food. They are increasing the absorption area. Now children, tell me, if the surface will be like this or like this, the absorption will be less. And if we open the surface like this, the surface area of absorption increases. ये सारे surface से absorption हो सकता है. Absorption you all know. Absorption, the term absorption you are aware of. Suppose there is a sponge, bath sponge and all, you will put it in water. It will absorb the water just like that. Okay. So these finger-like projections are known as villi. The singular is villus. Fine. These villi has a network of blood capillaries. See, capillaries are single cell thick blood vessels like this. They are forming a network, a jal jaisa, a network like structure they are forming. So what happens when the food comes here? The food is being absorbed by these capillaries and then it is transferred to the blood vessels, other blood vessels. Fine. So this is the basic process of absorption. Now assimilation. Assimilation, I told you that when you use the thing, then it is known as assimilation. Now our body has done all the work. We have extracted all the simple substances. We have absorbed it in the blood also. We have absorbed it in the blood. Now assimilation is how to use that food for our growth and repair. So basically when the food, the digested food will be used for growth and repair of the body, then the term assimilation comes. So carbohydrates, proteins and fats were the complex substances. They have been absorbed as glucose, amino acids and fatty acids and glycerol in this step. Now what is the function of glucose? Glucose through blood. Blood is just like a bus. इमेजिन करो कि ब्लड जो है एक बस है और उसमें पैसेंजर्स कौन बैठे हुए हैं? दो पैसेंजर बैठे हुए हैं, ग्लूकोज और ऑक्सीजन. फाइन. तो वो बस के साथ में फ्लोट हो रहे हैं. दे आर फ्लोटिंग विद द बस एंड दे आर रीचिंग टू ईच सेल. Now in each cell what will happen? The oxidation of glucose to produce the energy. In each cell glucose plus oxygen will reach through blood and the energy will be released which is required for the growth and repair of the body. Amino acids are the basic building blocks of our body. New cells are formed from the amino acids, repair of the old cells, old tissues, wear and tear. If you are ill, some tissues are being damaged, all the work is done by amino acids. Then fatty acids and glycerol. It is the future food. It gets stored under the skin. the fatty acids and glycerol, they get stored under our skin, and whenever it is required, they can be extracted out for energy and various works. So it is our future food. If we are not taking food for some time, this food will be used. Now the last step is digestion. The undigested food is pushed into large intestine. In the small intestine, all the absorption and everything is done. Now the undigested food is pushed into large intestine. In the large intestine also microvilli, small villi are present, which absorb the water. And after absorbing the water, only the solid material is there, and solid material reaches to rectum. Rectum has an opening called anus, and through anus your stools are passed outside the body in the morning. Fine. So as a morning call, ruminants. The last topic of this chapter is ruminants. Ruminants are those animals like cow, goat. You can see them always chewing their food. So why they need to chew their food? Because they ingest a lot of food and they take it into the stomach first. Then when they are free, at the free and the leisure time, they again bring that food back into the mouth from the stomach and chew it again. The semi-digested food is cud, which is being brought back from the stomach to the mouth is cud, and this habit is known as rumination. Fine. Rumen. Why the word is termed as rumination? Because rumen is the first part of the cattle's, or we can take an example of cow here. Rumen is the first part of the stomach where the food reaches. See how this process happens. This is a basic plan of a stomach of a cow. Okay, there are 4 chambers. First, second, then third and fourth. 4 chambers are there. First chamber, this hole, this big chamber, this hole is rumen. Okay, so when the food reaches to rumen from esophagus here, a lot of food is stored in this bag. Now after some time, when the cow and the cattle is free, then the food is again brought back into the mouth and properly chewed again. Then the food is sent into the second chamber and then properly the digestion takes place. This is small intestine, large intestine, just like us. Okay, so basically the food is first taken to the rumen and then stored it there for certain time, and then again brought it back into the mouth, chewed again properly, and then sent to the second chamber. Fine. In this way they digest their food. Okay. Okay children, now we'll start a new chapter in our new class. Bye.